And we welcome you to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. I am Vinny from B-Dub Productions, and we are with another NBA 2K presenting an exciting edition of the 2025-2026 NBA season playthrough. The calendar date is December 29, 2025, and we have the Golden State Warriors at the Brooklyn Nets. As you look at the Warriors' upcoming schedule, at the Hornets, then they're home to the Thunder and the Jazz, and they're at the Clippers. That's their next 4 games here. We look at the starting lineups, though, for the Warriors at 7 and 15. At the guards, you got Stephen Curry, Buddy Hield. At the forwards, you have Gary Payton II, Jimmy Butler, and then Draymond Green at center. As you look at head coach Steve Kerr. And for the Nets, you got Igor Demon and Cameron Thomas at the guards. Forwards would be Michael Porter Jr. and Noah Clowney, and then Nicholas Claxton at center for the 8 and 21 Nets. One of those 8 wins just came a few days ago against the Toronto Raptors in a watch game. This is the Nets' second time in schedule block number 2, I should say. You see Stephen Curry there. That's no good. Cameron Thomas will get the rebound. That was schedule block number 2. As you see Draymond Green grabbing the rebound there for the Warriors. The Warriors will make their second appearance in a watch game. Their first, as you see Jimmy Butler with the bucket there, averaging 21.7 points on the road. See Igor Demon with it, passing back over to Michael Porter Jr. 10 on the shot clock. Porter Jr. for 3. That is off the iron. Draymond Green will grab the rebound. Jimmy Butler with it, back over to Stephen Curry. He missed some time for the season with an injury. He missed a couple of months, or a month or so, but he's back. So the Warriors are 1-0 in watch games. The Nets are 1-1 in watch games. As you see Jimmy Butler scoring the first 4 points for the Warriors. He's averaging in total for the season 20.7 points a game. He's averaging a little bit better on the road than he is at home. Porter Jr. from deep inside, no good. Draymond Green with the rebound. See Curry with it, 15 on the shot clock. Curry for 3, and he drains it. Stephen Curry and the Warriors are off to a quick 7-0 start here. This is V-Dub Productions. For those who are new to this channel, I'm doing an NBA 2K. And you see Michael Porter Jr. with the bucket, averaging 17.3 points a game. But on this channel, I do sports video games. Currently doing, of course, as I said, a season playthrough for this game. As you see Curry with another 3. That's 6 for him. But I play one game for every at least 2 to 3 calendar days, maybe even more. And then I go through to play the game, go through the stats and the post-game ticker, injury reports. As Michael Porter Jr. with the bucket. 10-4 Warriors right now. We're about 3 minutes into the game. I also do college football content, and I know this is coming up with the Thanksgiving week, rivalry week in college football, so this is going to be the one time I'm not going to wait for the playoff rankings to come out. I'll adjust the rankings, of course, when I edit the title of the videos as the game goes on. But I think these first couple of days, I think, are going to be through the AP rankings, as there's a foul called against Buddy Hield, his first team foul against the Warriors. And all those games will be at 7 p.m. Eastern. The Thursday game, which I have yet to determine which game I'm going to be doing at the time of the recording, you see Igor Demon with a jump shot. That is no good. Draymond Green grabbing the rebound for the Warriors. Warriors shooting 83% right now compared to 33% for the Nets. But those are early on. You see Payton II. That shot is up. Stephen Curry, 3 for 3 from 3 right now. He has 9, and it's an 11-point lead early on for the Warriors. Clowney for 3, and he drains it. Noah Clowney puts the margin back to single digits. But as I said, though, those are my college football. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, we will have, at noon Eastern, this upcoming Wednesday, will be the updated, as you see, Stephen Curry already with 12. All his points have been from beyond the arc. As we have our first timeout here. 7:28 to play in the first. We're going to take a timeout as well. Warriors on top 18-7. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we're back here in Brooklyn as we're looking at the Warriors at 17-15. Currently tied for 8th right now in the Western Conference. That's good enough to be in the play-in tournament right now. Some people have said that they think that this could be the end of the road for the Warriors. Are they on the decline? We'll see. You see the Nets inbounding it. You see Claxton with it. 16 on the shot clock. Back to Demon. Thomas with it. Cameron Thomas coming through. Passing it back over to Igor Demon. Demon for 3. That is off the iron. Jimmy Butler with the rebound here as we're about to approach 5 minutes into the first quarter. Butler. There's a shot. That is no good. Igor Demon with the rebound. But getting back to it, I'm doing a 2018 college football playoff, and every Wednesday I do projections for it. That will be out every Wednesday. The 26th, that will be this upcoming Wednesday, as well as you see Thomas coming through with the bucket. That is good. Cameron Thomas averaging 25.3 points a game. Curry back over to Jimmy Butler. 14 on the shot clock. Steph Curry for 3. He drains it. That's 15 for him. 5 3-pointers already in this first quarter for Steph Curry, and the lead is 12. Nicholas Claxton. Back over to Porter Jr. for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Curry with the rebound. Curry coming through. That is in. That's his first 2-pointer. Look at Stephen Curry, won the Twyman Stokes Teammate of the Year award last season. Back over to Cameron Thomas. Thomas with a jumper for 3. That is off the iron. Steph Curry with the 3. Or with the rebound, I should say. Jimmy Butler. Passing it back over to Curry. Curry for 3. That is off the iron, and Porter Jr. will get the rebound for the Nets. Trailing by 14. Cameron Thomas for 3. That is off. Draymond Green with the rebound. Jimmy Butler. Over to Hield. Butler had 18 points, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds in the loss to the as Curry with another 3. I think that's 20 for him in this quarter already. As we have another timeout. The Warriors up by 17. We're going to take a timeout. 4:49 to play in the first. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we are back here in Brooklyn. It's been all Warriors since the start of this game. They're up by 17, 26-9. We look at the rookie stats for the last 30 days. Steals a game. You just have Igor Demon just under a steal a game on average. Third amongst the rookies among the last 30 days. Clowney getting ready to inbound it back to Demon. Demon back over to Claxton. Porter Jr. for 3. He drains it. Michael Porter Jr. sends it back to only a 14-point game again. Stephen Curry, you see, he has been on fire right now. I believe he's at 20 points in this game. Back over to Buddy Hield. Hield, deep 2, good. It's a 16-point lead again for the Warriors. Larges, of course, was just 17 before that timeout. Igor Demon, there's a bucket there. Cuts the Warriors lead in half. The Warriors shooting 11 of 14 right now compared to the Nets 6 of 14 as Bajemski has it back over the green. Back over to Curry. Curry for 3. That is good. I believe he now has 23 in this first quarter. And I believe 7 of those have been beyond the arc. He's having himself a hell of a first quarter. Back over to Claxton. Claxton with the layup is good. Still 3.5 minutes here in the first quarter. It's 31-16. The Warriors on top. They are off to a very Fast start. Curry for three. He just cannot miss. It's an 18-point lead for the Golden State Warriors. Clowney with it. Pass it over to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. for three. That is off the iron. No good. Moses Moody, though, is out day-to-day right now for the Warriors. Curry does miss that one. I think that's his second miss of the game. Porter Jr. coming around. He is going to go to the line, but will not get an and one opportunity. Kuminga called for that first foul. Second team foul called against the Warriors. As Porter Jr. is going to go in to shoot two for the Nets.
Take a break. Take a break. Two shots.
Wonder how long we're going to see the Brooklyn Nets in a watched game. They might get one appearance in schedule block number 3 because that's going to lead up to the All-Star break. But after that, unless they're playing in a spoiler game, we're probably not going to see the Brooklyn Nets. As we actually have some substitutions here. He does shoot them both, makes them both. Jackson Davis inbounding it to Bajimski. Stephen Curry still in the lineup. Or still on the court for three. That is off the iron. Terrence Mann will grab the rebound there. Thomas with it. And he's going to go to the line as Steph Curry called for his first foul. That is a 13 foul called against the Warriors here in the first quarter. So Cameron Thomas is going to shoot two. I'm no longer going to announce the game in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to announce the game until the end of this video because of how fast-paced the actions go, and I want to take the timeouts. That is why I announce my content as soon as this game begins, so I can also take a timeout. I mean, as many timeouts as I can. That's 75 seconds for me that I don't have to use my voice. Thomas hits them both. Jackson Davis as Shake Milton's into the game for the Golden State Warriors now, as Curry's going to get a breather here with his 23 points in the first quarter. And their alley-oop to Jackson Davis. Shake Milton with the assist here, and the Warriors shooting 74% to the Nets 44% right now. 2 minutes to play in the first. Michael Porter Jr. for three off the iron. Nicholas Claxton gets the offensive rebound and a slam dunk. 14-point lead now for the Warriors. They're led by as many as 17. Milton for three. That is off the iron. Porter Jr. will get it. Warriors out-rebounding the Nets 9-7 right now. Terrence Mann back over to Thomas. Oh, Thomas. What a move. What a shot. They're only within 12 now. Bajimski with it. Back to Milton. Milton with the layup. That is off that back iron. And Porter Jr. will get the rebound. Williams for three. That's off the back iron, and Craig will get the rebound for the Warriors. Bajimski with it. Shake Milton coming. Milton for three. They see Brandon Bajimski, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists in a loss to the Raptors, and there's a timeout. We're going to take one, too, with under a minute to play here. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. And we are back here with under a minute to play in the first quarter, 38.5 seconds exactly. It's a 12-point Warriors lead. They were up by as many as 17 at one point in this first quarter. Lead only 12 points right now. As you see Johnson. Back over to Williams. Williams coming through. Passing it back over to Drew Timme. Drew Timme with a dunk, and the Nets are only within 10. Podziemski back over to Butler. Jimmy Butler back into the game now for the Warriors. Over to Kuminga. Kuminga for three. He drains it. Whitehead with it. Shot clock turned off before the end of the first quarter. Whitehead coming through. Over. There's a three. No good. Curry with the rebound. I think that was Seth Curry. And that will do it for the first quarter here. The Warriors looking very strong. They're leading it by 13 at the end of the first quarter. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Back here in Brooklyn here, we're starting the second quarter here. The Warriors up by 13 as the Nets will get the ball to start the second. Johnson's coming around. Johnson with the bucket. Jimmy Butler into the game, still in the game now. Jackson Davis still out there for the Warriors. Back over to Kuminga. Kuminga with the slam dunk. Trace Jackson Davis with the assist there. Kuminga was part of a very drama-filled offseason here. Nobody, whether they were going to, didn't know where his future was going to be, whether he was going to be with the Warriors, which he currently is right now, or is he Kuminga for three? That is off the black iron. Williams has it for the Nets to Johnson. Johnson. That is no good. Jackson Davis with the rebound. Jonathan Kuminga with it. Podziemski with it. Over to Craig. Craig for three. No good. Williams will have the rebound. Back over to Whitehead. Back to Wolf. Whitehead has it again here. 10 on the shot clock. Over to Johnson. Back to Williams. 7 on the shot clock. Getting a little screen there. Williams, jumper, off the back iron. Wolf will get the offensive rebound. Wilson for three. That is off the back iron, and Kuminga will grab the rebound. Podziemski has it here. It's a 13-point lead, but look at Kuminga taking the pass. And the Warriors are up by 15 again. Wilson for three. Off the iron. Butler will have it for the Warriors. Jackson Davis with the slam dunk, and it's a 17-point lead again. Nearing towards the end of the holidays in this season playthrough. As you see, Williams with the three-pointer. That's good. As this game is on December 29, 2025. Next game will be on New Year's Eve, I'll tell you that. And then the following day after that game, we'll go over the stats. Over the leaders and award winners and standings. As there'll be no basketball on that day. And then we'll start the conclusion of schedule block number 2. You see Wolf over the Williams. Williams for three. Off the iron. Jackson Davis with the rebound. Kuminga with it. Terrence Mann, strained right hip, out 4 to 6 weeks. We're going to see him in this game again. I bet you out of money we'll see him again in this game. Because that's how 2K does it. They override it and let you play to finish the game before you actually miss time. AC Butler with it coming through. He loses it now, and that's going to be Whitehead. Whitehead with it. Coming with the layup, and that's good. Timeout, Warriors. 8:22 to play in the second quarter. Brooklyn has it within 12. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. And we are back here in Brooklyn here. We look at the Nets, who are 8-21. Let's see. They are actually only 3 games back of that 10th spot, believe it or not, as we're heading into the new year. But they are still second to last. But that is the Eastern Conference for you. You can be this bad and still not be too far out of it either. Podziemski with it. Over to Stephen Curry. Curry for three. That is off the iron. Let's see, who's it off of? They're saying it's off of the Warriors, so the Nets will get it. Jimmy Butler averaging over 20 points per game this season, but you look at the last 10 games, 25.3 points a game. Clowney will inbound it to Igor Demin. The Nets only down by 12 here. Terrence Mann, I told you they're going to put him in the game with that injury icon there. His injury will not start till after the game. Pajinski coming around. Brandon Pajinski will get his first 2 points of the game, and the Warriors extend the lead back up to 14. Demon back over to Williams. Williams back to Michael Porter Jr. here, 8 on the shot clock. 7-6. Passing it back over to Clowney. Over to Mann. Back to Demon. Demon for 3. That is off the back iron. Kuminga will get the rebound. As I mentioned, Kuminga had a very interesting offseason. You see Steph Curry back into the game with 26 points. Passes up the shot over to Jimmy Butler. Butler on 10 on the shot clock. Butler with the layup, and they're back, and it's a 16-point lead again. 8 points for Jimmy Butler, all 8 of them in the paint. Look at that big pass right there to Williams, and Williams will get the bucket there. Zaire Williams with the bucket, and it's a 14-point game again. And it over to Jimmy Butler. Butler. Back over to Jackson Davis. 3 on the shot clock. Jackson Davis gets a shot up off the back iron, and Williams will get the rebound. Demon with it. Coming through. Back over to Clowney. Clowney back to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. finding Demon. 3 on the shot clock. Demon. That is no good. Kuminga will grab the rebound. Halfway through the second quarter. 49-35. Warriors on top. Butler for 3. He drains it. First outside points for Jimmy Butler. He has 11 in this game. And the Warriors match their largest lead of the game at 17. But Igor Demon with the slam dunk. He now has 4 points in this game, and he is a minus 20 out on the court right now. Jonathan Kuminga. Curry for 3. He drains it. That's 26 for him. Those are his first points in the second quarter. It's an 18-point lead for the Golden State Warriors. You see Porter Jr. coming around with a dunk. Back down to 16 here. Jackson Davis loses it. Clowney has it. Back over to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. with it. That is up. That's good. Michael Porter Jr., 13 points, and he cuts the Warrior lead back down to 14. Pajimski over to Jackson Davis. Stephen Curry coming through. Curry. That's up. That's good. That's 28 for him. Jackson Davis with the assist. Over to Michael Porter Jr. Back over to Williams here. 4.5 to play here in the second quarter. Mann for 3. He will drain it. As I said, Terrence Mann will not have his injury time start until after the game because that's 2K logic for you. Butler. No good. Terrence Mann with the rebound. Back over to Williams. Zaire Williams has it. Over to Igor. Oh no, Michael Porter Jr. for 3. In and out. Jackson Davis will get the rebound. Jonathan Kuminga over to Butler. Butler for 3. No good. Porter Jr. with it. See Michael Porter Jr. Williams for 3. Williams off the no good. Butler will get the rebound here. Zaire Williams only has 5 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Is that Jackson Davis? Yes. Trace Jackson Davis having a pretty solid game off the bench. Terrence Mann with it, with the Warriors up by 15. Porter Jr. deep 2. No good. Jackson Davis with the rebound. I know that was Bazimski, I think, but now Curry. 33 points in this game already. I was definitely wrong about him. I knew he was close to 30 points, but I didn't know he was over 30 points now, but it's a 17-point lead. Largest was 18. Williams, deep two. That is off the iron. Jackson Davis with the rebound. Stephen Curry. Over to Butler. Butler with the layup. It's good. Curry with the assist there. You see Terrence Mann with it. 19-point lead, the largest lead of the game for the Warriors. They have led wire to wire. See Demon for three. And a timeout for the Warriors. They are up by 16 with 2:06 left to play until halftime. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we're back here in Brooklyn. 2:05 to play until halftime here. The Warriors up by 16. It's been a very dominant effort. Stephen Curry over 30 points in this first half already. As you see Steve Kerr just sitting there. You see Curry, speaking of him, getting the inbound from Gary Payton II. As we're under 2 minutes now to play until halftime. GP2 out there, the son of Hall of Famer Gary Payton. And no, it's not going to be an and-one opportunity as Nick Claxton called for his first foul. But Curry's going to go to the line shooting two. Warriors up by 16. They led by as many as 19 so far in this first half. The Nets, as I said, have not led in this game. And the only tie was 0-0 as Curry makes the first one here. I believe that's Brzezimski coming back into the game for the Warriors. Curry will sink them both. Igor Demon with it. Looking at, he has three-pointers made over 4,000 in his career for Steph Curry. And he's adding on to that in this game tonight. 4 on the shot clock. Cameron Thomas back to Clowney. Clowney for three. He drains it just as the buzzer was sounding for the shot clock. It's a 15-point lead now for the Warriors. Buddy Hield. The matchup against Porter Jr. Stephen Curry. Another three there. And the lead is back up to 18 for the Warriors. So we're under a minute to play until halftime here. Cameron Thomas being guarded by Brzezimski. Thomas coming around. He'll get the layup. That's good. 16-point lead as you see Cameron Thomas again averaging 25.3 points a game this season. Curry. Over to Draymond Green. I don't think I've called Green's name as far as scoring goes, but Buddy Buckets with the three-pointer. And the Warriors match the largest lead at 19. The Clowney. Porter for three. No good. Brzezimski will get the rebound. Brzezimski back over to Draymond Green. Back to Stephen Curry. 12 on the shot clock. 8 on the shot clock here. To Curry. Curry for three. That is off the iron, and that will do it for the first half. Wouldn't have counted anyway, I don't think. It has been a very dominant effort from start to finish for the Golden State Warriors. They lead it by 19 as we are heading to halftime. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. Start of the third quarter coming up soon here in Brooklyn. 71-52, the Warriors on top. We're looking at Stephen Curry. And let me tell you something. He's been having a really strong game. He's at 38 points at halftime. And the Warriors have led from wire to wire right now. You see Claxton back over to Demon. Back over to Thomas to Demon. Starting lineups out for both teams. As Igor Demon, yes, with the three-pointers there. And it's back to a 16-point game again. Over to Draymond Green. Back over to Jimmy Butler. Butler coming through, and Jimmy Butler with the bucket. 15 points, 12 of them have been in the paint. Igor Demon with it, coming through. Demon, there you go, Igor Demon. 12 points in this game now. We had 7 in that first half, but now he's got 5 so far in this third quarter. 73-57, though. They're on top. The Warriors on top. Back over to Curry. Curry for 3. He drains it. It's back to a 19-point lead. Tied for the largest lead of the game. He now has 41 in this game. Stop me if you actually heard that Stephen Curry's had great games. See, Michael Porter Jr. had 13 points in that first half. He now has the first 2 points in the second half. That's 15 for him. Stephen Curry with it. Curry for 3. That is off the iron. Thomas with it. Back over to Michael Porter Jr. Passing over to Demon. Demon with it. I'll do over to Clowney. Clowney with 4 to play here. Passing it back over to Clowney. Clowney for 3. That is off the iron, and Gary Payton the second with the rebound. Hield. Buddy Hield. That is good. 19-point lead again, and timeout Nets. We're gonna take one as well. 9:33 to play in the third. You are watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. All right, we are back here. We look at the league leaders. For our team league leaders, assists a game for the last 30 days. You see the Warriors at 29 assists a game. Third in the league in the last 30 days here. 19-point lead again for the Warriors. Their largest, again, as I mentioned. Demon coming through. Demon, layup, and that is in. That's 14 points for Igor Demon. 7 in that first half, and he has 7 alone in this third quarter. Curry already at 41 points in this game. See over to Jimmy Butler. Butler coming through with a slam dunk. The Warriors at 64% shooting. The Nets at 49%, and the Warriors still leading it by 19. Hield with the theft. Back over to Stephen Curry. Curry coming through. Green. That is good. Draymond Green puts the Warriors on top by 21. Their largest of the game. Michael Porter Jr. coming around. Porter Jr. That is good. Butler, there's again, puts the Warriors back on top by 21. Sorry about that, guys. Something's going on, and I'm just a little distracted right now while I'm trying to get this going back to getting stuff done again. You see Demon for 3. No good. Payton with the rebound. The rebound's 25-19 in favor of the Nets. Or the Warriors. What am I talking about? Curry for 3. That is off the iron. Claxton with the rebound. Porter Jr. with it. Back over to Clowney. Clowney to Demon. Demon. No good. Healed with the rebound. Healed. Jump shot. No good. Claxton grabbing the rebound. Get over to Clowney. Clowney back to Demon. Demon for three. No good. Seth Curry will grab the rebound. 6:47 to play here in the third quarter. It's a 21-point lead for the Golden State Warriors. You see Stephen Curry. 9 on the shot clock. There's a shot up. That is off the iron. Claxton with the rebound for the Nets. Curry, 41 points on 14 of 23 shooting. And Cameron Thomas will get the bucket there. Brings it back to 19. But look at Jimmy Butler again. Curry with the assist. And the lead is back up to 21. See Cameron Thomas. 3-point. That is off the iron, but Claxton will get the offensive rebound in the bucket. Halfway through the third quarter, it's a 19-point lead for the Warriors again. Back over to Jimmy Butler. Butler with the slam dunk. He's starting to take over this game. He now has 23 points. Along with Steph Curry's 41. It's a 21-point lead again. They're matching their largest lead again. Thomas for three. That is off the iron, and Butler will get the rebound. Back over to Draymond Green, and Draymond Green. I think that's his first points of the game, and it's a 23-point lead for the Warriors, 90-67. Cameron Thomas with it. That is off the iron. Green with the rebound. We get at the rebounds, 29-23 in favor of the Warriors, and Gary Payton II loses that one. Looking at the career stats for Cameron Thomas from the 2022-2023 season, he has progressed as scoring goes, as far as scoring goes, as Bajimski's going to come back into the game. He's going to come in for Payton. And that's inbounded here, under 5 to play in the third. Williams. Over to Clowney. Back over to Cameron Thomas here. 10 on the shot clock. Igor Demon for three. That is off the iron. Buddy Hield getting the rebound. You see Jimmy Butler. Butler, jump shot, no good. Nicholas Claxton with the rebound. Igor Demon, the rookie, over to Clowney. Back over to Nicholas Claxton here, 10 on the shot clock. Clowney for three. That is off the iron, no good. Draymond Green with the rebound. Buddy Hield with it. Butler back over to Stephen Curry. Curry for three. That is no good. Curry's starting to slow down a little bit, but you know he has 41 points in this game. And his team is up by 23 points. Williams for the shot. That's off the iron. I think we might actually have enough to build a new high-rise building. Buddy Hield with the three, and it's a 26-point lead for the Warriors. For a while, they were shooting enough bricks to build a new high-rise building in the New York metropolitan area. Williams with it. This shot is up. That is off the iron. Green had the rebound, but Seth Curry now has it. Jimmy Butler back over to Draymond Green. Green with the layup. That's good. It's a 28-point lead for the Warriors. They are running away with this game right now here in Brooklyn. Cameron Thomas. Two on the shot clock. Clowney for three. That's off the iron. Buddy Hield grabbing the rebound. Back over to Jimmy Butler. Butler, layup. That is good. It's a 30-point lead for the Warriors. 2:10 to play in the third. Demon with it. Two minutes to play here in the third. Clowney for three. That is no good. And you hear the crowd here at Barclays Center getting restless here. Bajemski. Back over to Butler. Over to Stephen Curry. 8 on the shot clock. Curry passes it back to Hield. Hield for three. He drains it. And the Warriors are at the century mark already. And we're not even at the end of the third yet. 33-point lead for the Warriors. Over Demon. Demon. That's no good. And the crowd still being restless here in Brooklyn. Curry for three. No good. And Clowney will grab the rebound. Cameron Thomas with it for the Nets. Under a minute to play. Williams for three. They still might be shooting enough bricks to build a high-rise building in the New York area. As Curry will lose it as Clowney coming around. Back over to Cameron Thomas. Cameron Thomas for three. Hey, look at that, everybody. A made bucket by the Nets. Bajemski has it for the Warriors. Back over to Jimmy Butler. Butler. He's coming through with a bucket of his own. Jimmy Buckets. It's a 32-point lead here. Shot clock turned off. Ten on the shot clock here, and there they go. Cameron Thomas, 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Thomas, and that is no good. We are at the end of the third quarter, and the Warriors are continuing to dominate this game. They've been dominating from start to finish. 102-70. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter here. As you see the inbound over for Shake Milton. See the fans starting to file out at Barclays Center. There's a miss there. Michael Porter Jr. with the rebound. Williams with it. Back over to Johnson. Look at Johnson, man, Porter Jr., Williams, and Wilson as there's a bucket made there. Deficit only 30 points now. And there is an illegal screen called against Shake Milton. It's a turnover against the Warriors there. Johnson with it. Back over to Michael Porter Jr. Williams. Terrence Mann, as I said, his injury designation will start on at the end of this game. Because he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks, but you'll see there's a bucket up no good. Jonathan Kuminga with the rebound. As I said, he had a very interesting offseason. He didn't know where he was going to be playing and whether he was going to be a Warrior or remaining or going to Sacramento, which was actually a trade destination. He did sign an extension with the Warriors. I see Michael Porter Jr. for three. That is no good. Kuminga with the rebound. Bajemski with it. Back over to Kuminga. Kuminga passing over to Milton. 4 on the shot clock. And Milton's going to go to the line as Johnson called for the foul.
First team foul. Shooting for Golden State. Shake Milton. 1 time from the line.
He'll shoot for 1. It's a 34-point game. See Jackson Davis going to the bench.
One shot.
Wonder if Steph Curry is going to be coming back into the game. He only had 3 points in that third quarter, but he has 41 in total. That's good. Largest lead of the game for the Warriors, 35 points. Johnson with the Warriors, or for the Nets, hasn't, but you see Michael Porter Jr. with the slam dunk. Back over to Baczynski. Over back to Jonathan Kuminga. Baczynski back over to Craig. Craig, we're on the shot clock. There's Craig for three. No good. Johnson with the rebound. There's Williams with the bucket. That is no good. Craig will get the rebound for the Warriors. Baczynski coming through. Baczynski back over to Kuminga. Kuminga misses that. Wilson will get the bucket. Will get the rebound there. Johnson has it. Johnson for three. That is no good. Kuminga will get the rebound. Over to Craig. Craig! He gets the bucket. It's a 35-point lead. Barclay, center here. Back over to Wilson to Porter Jr. Over to Williams. Back over to Mann. Man for three. That is no good. Kuminga will get the rebound. Post into the game now. You see Kuminga for three. Kuminga, no good. Johnson with the rebound. Back over there. Porter Jr. for three. That is no good. Post with the rebound. Baczynski has it. Post back over. There's a three for Baczynski. No good. See, Kuminga now got the rebound off of there. 7:15 to play. Baczynski for three. No good. Johnson with the rebound. I said I will announce the next game coming up after this game, right before we sign off. Three-pointer. That is no good. Baczynski will get the rebound for the Warriors. No points for the Nets in the last 3:15. Kuminga. That is no good. Williams with the rebound. Williams for three. That is no good. Milton with the rebound. Back over to Milton. Milton finding for Kuminga here. So we got 6 minutes to play in the game. Kuminga's going to go to the line and one. It's a 37-point lead. Zaire Williams called for his first foul. The 13th foul called against the Nets. Substitutions being made on both sides. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see Stephen Curry in for the rest of the game.
One shot.
And he misses that one. Still a 37-point lead. I think this is their largest of the game. They led wire to wire in this game. Thomas, that shot is up. Jackson Davis with the rebound. Baczynski has it for the Warriors. Kuminga back over to Baczynski. to Santos. So we're getting some players who normally wouldn't get any minutes in this game. They're getting some minutes. As you see, Kuminga misses that one. Demon with the rebound. Demon coming through. Layup. No good. Rowe will get the rebound for the Warriors. You see Kuminga with the slam dunk. Jonathan Kuminga, 11 points off the bench. 4:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. It's a 39-point lead for the Warriors. Ten on the shot clock. Cameron Thomas. That is good. Cameron Thomas. As the Nets are shooting 32 of 84%, while the Warriors at 47 to 79. Back over to Santos. Santos to Rowe. Rowe for three. No good. Cameron Thomas will grab the rebound. 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. Clowney for three. That is off the iron. Santos will get the rebound. Thomas for three. No good. You see Kuminga will get the rebound there. Back over to Pajemski. Pajemski back to Santos. To Pajemski. Pajemski for three. No good. There's Thomas. That's good! Cameron Thomas. You got 4 seconds to shoot here. Pajemski back over to Santos. Santos for three. That's good! Back to a 48-point lead again. Or no, 38-point lead again. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Thomas for three. No good. Jackson Davis will give it back over to Pajemski. Back over to Kuminga. Kuminga coming around. That is good. It's a 40-point lead here with 1:43 to play here in the fourth quarter. It is academic, I can tell you that right now. The Nets are going to fall to 14 games below 500. This will be the last time we see them for schedule block number 2. Depends on how I'm going to have it set for schedule block number 3. We might only see them one more time. Unless it's a spoiler game after the All-Star break. Santos. That bucket's up. That is no good. Porter Jr. with the rebound. Under a minute to play here in the fourth. As you see that crowd still fouling out at Barclays Center. There's a three-pointer there, and I did not think that we'd see the Nets in the 80s. Cameron Thomas at 20 points. 7 in this fourth quarter. Remember, stay tuned because we are not done yet. Pajemski for three. No good. We are not done yet. Porter Jr. for three. No good. Jackson Davis with the rebound. So we're just running down the final seconds of the game. 3, 2, 1. And the Warriors from start to finish dominated this game. They win by 37. The final score, the Warriors 118, the Nets 81. The Warriors will move to 18-15 on this season playthrough, and the Nets fall to 8-22. And remember, stay tuned because we are not done yet. Time to look at the stats for this game. Starting off with the player stats for the Brooklyn Nets here. Cameron Thomas, 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Followed by Michael Porter Jr. at 19 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Igor Demon, 14 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Noah Clowney, 6 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Nicholas Claxton, 6 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Zaire Williams, 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Keon Johnson, though, had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Terrence Mann, 3 points and 2 rebounds. Derek Whitehead, 2 points and a steal. Drew Timme actually had a slam dunk in this game. 1-for-1 shooting, and he only 1 minute of play here. Jalen Wilson only had 3 assists. Danny Wolf only had 2 assists. E.J. Lytle, Tyson Etienne, Drake Powell did not play for the Brooklyn Nets. Now for the victorious Golden State Warriors, we got Stephen Curry, 41 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. He did not play a single minute in that fourth quarter. And he still got player of the game. Jimmy Butler, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Buddy Hield, Buddy Buckets, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Jonathan Kuminga, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Draymond Green, 6 points, 9 rebounds, 69, and 4 assists. Trace Jackson Davis, 6 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Brandon Przemski, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Guy Santos, 3 points and 2 rebounds. Shake Milton had 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Torrey Craig, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. GP the second, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Jackson Rowe had 1 rebound, 1 assist. Quentin Post, 1 rebound. Seth Curry only had 1 rebound. Alex Tui is the only player who did not play for the Golden State Warriors, and those are to look at your player statistics for this game. Stay tuned, we are not done yet. Time for the post-game ticker brought to you by 2K Sports. And we're going to finish off with the games played on December 29th, 2025. That is Monday, December 29th. The Bucks over the Hornets, 134-113. Suns, 110-86 over the Washington Wizards. The Warriors in the game that we just saw never trailed at all. They win 118-81 over the Brooklyn Nets. The Nuggets all over the Miami Heat, 159-119. The Raptors 113-100 winners over the Orlando Magic. The Timberwolves fall to the Bulls, 128-102. Pacers 129-113 winners over the Houston Rockets, and the Pacers are now a game above 500, which is more they can probably be saying at this in real life right now. The Pelicans upset the Knicks 113-110. Thunder 98-95 over the Atlanta Hawks. The San Antonio Spurs 147-138 winners over the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Dallas Mavericks all over the Portland Trailblazers 121-86. And now for the games played on Tuesday, December 30th, 2025. We got the the Grizzlies 114-118 winners over the 76ers. The Celtics 123-109 winners over the Utah Jazz. The Jazz at 30 losses before New Year's in this season playthrough. Yikes. The Lakers 151-118 winners over the Detroit Pistons. And the Kings, once again, will light the beam. 125-120 winners over the Clippers in Intuit Dome. And that is your post-game ticker. If your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. It is now time for the injury report after the games played on December 30th, 2025. And we start off with the Philadelphia 76ers. Andre Drummond and now VJ Edgecombe is going to be missing some time for the Sixers. Bulls fully healthy. Cavs are still without Jarrett Allen. Celtics without Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. John Collins still out for the Clippers. The Grizzlies are fully healthy, so are the Hawks. Heat, the only problem is Terry Rozier with the indefinite suspension. LaMelo Ball still out for the Hornets. The Jazz are fully healthy. Kings are still without Renaud for 2 to 4 weeks. OG Anunoby now out for the Knicks, as well as Yabusele and Brunson. Dalton Knecht is still out for the Lakers. The Magic still without Wendell Carter Jr. or Jalen Suggs. Anthony Davis and Dante Exum still out. The Brooklyn Nets are now without Terrence Mann. As I mentioned, they were going to play him for the rest of the game because that's 2K logic, but his injury starts now. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Nuggets still without Peyton Watson. We know about Halliburton. The Pelicans are fully healthy. Pistons are still without Jaden Ivey. Jacob Poeltl still out for the Raptors. Van Fleet is now only on the Rockets injured list. De'Aaron Fox back in the lineup. Devin Vassell is still out for the Spurs. Suns fully healthy. Jalen Williams, that is Jalen. He is out 2 to 4 months. Same with Isaiah Hartenstein, still out 2 to 4 weeks. And as I mentioned, Julius Randle, Edwards, and Conley still out for the Timberwolves. Lillard to Kamara still out. Oh, Kamara's back out again with day-to-day with his injury. Moses Moody still out with that hyperextended left knee. And Cam Whitmore still out for the Wizards. And that is your injury report. Main in the Eastern Conference for our next game, which will be New Year's Eve of 2025 in the season playthrough. And we head to Indianapolis again, where the Pacers will be featured for the second time in season play in this schedule block number 2. While the Magic make their first appearance and only appearance in schedule block number 2. It is the Orlando Magic at the Indiana Pacers, both teams at 17-16 on the season. And that will do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as well as my College Football 26 content as well. And this is, of course, the game being played at the end of December, New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2025, which means after this game, we will have a video for the stats for December of 2025. See where everybody is, see the top 10 in each statistical category for both teams and players, as well as look over the in-season awards for like Players of the Week, Conference Player of the Month, and Rookie of the Month. And then also, of course, going through the standings as well. You guys take care. Have a good rest of your day. Reminding you guys, the final score, the Golden State Warriors led wire to wire. There was never in doubt. They defeat the Brooklyn Nets 118-81. I am Vinny from VW Productions, and we are signing off.